Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is Dan back for another Walking Dead / Game of Thrones video. This is going to be a versus type of video. This is going to be talking about what has the best first season. Game of Thrones or The Walking Dead. Walking Dead on AMC or Game of Thrones on HBO. So, both of these shows have probably the two best first seasons of anything I've ever seen. And for that, I had to compare them and I had to do this video. I just had to. I mean, these are both two of my favorite TV shows, ever. And I had to compare the first, both first seasons. So I could do these type of videos for each season of both of these shows, but that can't be guaranteed because I have a lot of other videos planned. So, now this is a very interesting topic because some people would definitely say, oh, The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead Season 1 is definitely better than Game of Thrones Season 1. And then some other people would say, okay, Game of Thrones is definitely, at least has a shot against The Walking Dead Season 1. So there are a lot of different elements I like of both, and honestly, it's hard to compare. But The Walking Dead does have a unfair, ability that I will say. Because The Walking Dead Season 1 only has 6 episodes, and Game of Thrones Season 1 has 10 episodes. So it is kind of almost cheating in a way. But what we're going to talk about is Game of Thrones first, then we'll go over The Walking Dead. So Game of Thrones Season 1 was an amazing season. And also, I would say Game of Thrones takes more risks in the actual show than The Walking Dead television series. Basically, Game of Thrones does exactly the total opposite of what The Walking Dead Season 1 does. Our group always has been winning against everything, And in Game of Thrones, some of our main characters actually lose, And it's pretty interesting, to be honest. But the thing I like about it is that The Walking Dead Season 1, they don't just kill off a main character in episode like 5 or 6, They don't kill off Rick Grimes in Season 1. Game of Thrones does kill off their Rick Grimes in Season 1, and it's very, very shocking. The Walking Dead doesn't take as many risks. That is one thing I will say. But The Walking Dead Season 1 is a better start when it comes to the characters. I think the characters are more gripping in The Walking Dead than they are in Game of Thrones. I will say that one. Because The Walking Dead Season 1 has some great characters. Daryl, Rick, Glenn, Merle was really fun, Andrea, and some others. And I just think the characters are more developed, I think, in The Walking Dead than any character in Game of Thrones so far. But I think one advantage that Game of Thrones has is that it takes more chances. It can kill off your Rick, it can kill off your Daryl, it can kill off your Michonne, and the story will still be the same after a little while of grieving. And I think that is actually a really awesome, really awesome strength that Game of Thrones has. Also, it's HBO, so you can show all these different things, like really violent scenes, nudity, and I think, and it's fine, The Walking Dead on AMC, they're a bit more strict on that, and that's something where I feel like Game of Thrones can be more kind of open to do anything on the actual episodes than The Walking Dead. But The Walking Dead, like I said, has more gripping characters. Also, I think the character choices of, who they kill off per season is more safe on The Walking Dead. Also, because on The Walking Dead, you have two different kind of genres. You have the medieval feel on Game of Thrones, and you have The Walking Dead, where you have this zombie apocalypse genre. And me personally, which one am I a bigger fan of seeing? Am I a bigger fan of magic, fantasy, sword fights, one-on-one or hundreds on hundreds, Or am I a bigger fan of a really scary zombie genre and gripping characters and a really popular audience? Yeah, I am. And for that, I think for the first season at least, we definitely, I can't say that Game of Thrones is entirely losing, but at least for the first seasons out of both, I think The Walking Dead beats Game of Thrones Season 1. However, Game of Thrones Season 1 was a fantastic season. I did review it, and it was a fantastic first season of a TV show, and definitely is going to be my second favorite. But The Walking Dead has more gripping characters, a bit more scary when it comes to the genre, I almost feel like, but not entirely. And also, they don't take as many chances as Game of Thrones, and they're more of a safer show because they, if The Walking Dead killed off Rick in the first season, some people may have left the show. And I actually heard that some people left Game of Thrones after Ned got killed. So, that is definitely debatable. But for me, I'm going to have to pick The Walking Dead. Also because you guys have seen my channel. You guys know I'm a big Walking Dead fan. But however, Game of Thrones is very, very good. And I can't say that it's not. It is absolutely amazing. So, make sure to write all those comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I will see you guys tomorrow for another video, either for Game of Thrones, Walking Dead, whatever comes up. So, alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.